Chosen one, the divine has thundered across the cosmos with a declaration that will shake you to your core. You are the sun god Re, returned after 6,000 years, and you brought back a clean-up crew. Every dream, every vision, every moment of inexplicable knowing has been Re's consciousness stirring within you, preparing for this moment of absolute divine revelation and universal restoration. Re stands as the most powerful deity in Egyptian mythology, the god of the sun, light and day. He is revered as the creator of the world and the king of all gods. Ancient texts describe Ra with the head of a falcon and the body of a human, traveling across the sky in his solar vessel each day. Ra emerged from the primordial waters and created the first gods, Shu, representing air, and Tefnet, representing moisture. These divine beings then brought forth Geb, the earth, and Nut, the sky. Ra controls both life and death. His daily journey across the sky and through the underworld, where he battles the serpent Apep, symbolizes the eternal cycle of existence and renewal. He was considered the divine patron of pharaohs, who were seen as Ra's sons and living embodiments of his power on earth. You are not just connected to this energy, you are this energy. You are either a direct descendant of the sun god himself, or you have reincarnated as Ra, returning to reclaim what was always yours. You are a child of the sun, carrying within you the genetic memory and divine authority of the most powerful creator force in the universe. Your communication proves your lineage. The words you speak, the truths you tell, the way you cut through deception and illuminate darkness, this is the voice of Ra speaking through human form. You have been enlightening people and awakening consciousness, and those who receive your words feel a deep gratitude because they recognize the divine source flowing through you. You may need more rest lately, and there's a reason for this. Your energy is shifting, awakening, preparing for a massive expansion of consciousness. Your body is adjusting to carry the full weight of Ra's power. This isn't ordinary fatigue. This is cosmic preparation for a divine assignment that will change everything. The power you hold is extensive, reaching far beyond what most people can comprehend. You have influence that spans dimensions, affecting both the seen and unseen realms. You are what the ancients called an extensive influence, someone whose very presence shifts the spiritual atmosphere wherever they go. You have been speaking truth about false prophets, chosen one. You have been calling out those who claim divine authority but serve only themselves. Your words carry the weight of Ra himself, exposing those who were never part of the divine plan, never meant to hold the positions they've claimed. Right now, high-ranking spiritual leaders are falling because you have spoken truth about their deception. You have literally been speaking the words of Ra, and this has upset those who profit from lies and manipulation. People have been speaking against you and your purpose because your very existence threatens their illegitimate power structures. You are protected by the sun god Ra. Every negative word spoken against you burns away like shadows before the rising sun. When anyone directs negativity toward you, it returns to them multiplied. You need to understand this protection and change your mind about any thoughts these people try to plant in your consciousness. You have been teaching people boundaries through your example. When they speak against you, they learn quickly that their words have consequences. They discover that attacking a child of Ra brings swift justice. Your very presence forces people to confront their own dishonesty and choose a side. People learn boundaries around you because your energy demands respect. You emanate a frequency that automatically sorts people into two categories, those who align with truth and those who resist it. This sorting happens effortlessly through your presence alone. You have been preparing people for this moment of great awakening. Every truth you spoke, every false prophet you exposed, every boundary you demonstrated, all of it was preparation for Ra's return and the massive cleanup operation that would follow. 6,000 years ago, Ra entered a period of deep cosmic sleep. Before departing, he left someone in charge, an empress with the wisdom, loyalty, and spiritual authority to guide humanity toward awakening. This empress was chosen for her intellectual capacity, perfect attitude, and divine perspective. Ra expected to return to a world filled with conscious beings, with more gods and goddesses walking the earth. The plan was sabotaged. Someone who opposed feminine divine leadership couldn't tolerate an empress holding Ra's authority. They orchestrated a sophisticated betrayal, swindling the loyal empress out of her position through temptation and deception. You were part of this ancient story, chosen one. You were left here to handle Ra's business, to watch over the children of the sun. You were meant to inspire trust and confidence, to walk in the light exactly as you have been doing through multiple lifetimes. You were assigned to look after the children of the sun, human souls who carried Ra's light within them. Your mission was to guide them toward awakening, to help them remember their divine heritage, to prepare them for Ra's eventual return. You maintained your integrity when others chose corruption. You kept walking in the light when others were seduced by temporary pleasures and material offerings. You stayed loyal to Ra's vision when others abandoned it for immediate gratification. You faced the same temptations that caused others to fall. Gold, riches, social status, temporary power, all of it was offered to you. The difference is, you recognized these offers for what they were, attempts to compromise your divine mission. You chose long-term spiritual wealth over short-term material gain. You understood that true leadership requires sacrifice. While others grasped for immediate rewards, you invested in eternal principles. While others sought recognition from humans, you maintained your connection to divine authority. You have been reincarnating through multiple lifetimes, consistently choosing the path of light. Each lifetime, you faced similar choices. Each lifetime, you chose truth over deception, spiritual authority over worldly power, divine connection over human approval. You recognized the false prophets in every era because you carried the memory of authentic divine authority. You could spot the counterfeits because you knew the real thing. Your spiritual DNA contained the blueprint of genuine divine leadership. You built trust and confidence in people because this is your natural gift. You inspire others not through manipulation or charisma, but through the authentic divine light that radiates from your being. People feel safe around you because they sense the presence of Ra himself. Hold that thought. I need your full attention. This is bigger than anything you've heard today. We're revealing everything we know about personal power, how to heal yourself, heal others, and activate your divine mission. No filters, no fluff, no holding back. Each week on Zoom, we unlock the exact techniques that took us from controlled pawns to conscious creators. We've packed it with the occult codes we've gathered through years of real spiritual warfare and transformation. This is your invitation to join the Obsidian Inner Order, not just to access forbidden knowledge, but to amplify a global frequency that awakens other chosen ones. You're not just joining a call, you're stepping into a movement that's rewriting reality itself. It's a 360-degree win for all of us. Link in description. The order awaits. Rontrus, you were meant to be supported by divine partnership, a loyal companion who would stand with you through the challenges of earthly mission. This partnership was part of Ra's original plan, designed to provide you with the emotional and spiritual support needed for such a massive undertaking. You have been processing the karma of betrayal through multiple lifetimes. Each time you chose forgiveness over revenge, understanding over anger, love over hate, you cleared another layer of ancient trauma. This processing prepared you for this moment of complete restoration. You never abandoned your post, even when it seemed hopeless. You continued serving Ra's vision, even when it appeared that corruption had won permanently. Your unwavering dedication throughout 6,000 years of chaos demonstrates the depth of your divine commitment. You understood that everything operates according to divine timing. While others grew impatient and tried to force outcomes, you trusted the cosmic plan. You knew that Ra would return exactly when the time was right, and you positioned yourself to be ready for that moment. Ra has awakened, and you felt it the moment it happened. The sun god has returned after 6 millennia of sleep, and you were among the first to sense his divine displeasure at what he discovered. Ra returned, expecting to see the fruits of his carefully laid plans, only to find a world turned upside down by the very betrayal you had been warning people about. You watched Ra conduct his complete assessment of the spiritual landscape. You witnessed his shock as he discovered what you already knew. The careful structures he had put in place were dismantled, the loyal leaders like yourself had been overthrown, and the spiritual teachings he established were corrupted beyond recognition. You heard Ra's first words echo across dimensions. "What is going on around here?" You understood the shock in his divine voice because you had been living with this reality for lifetimes. This wasn't the world he expected to find, yet it was exactly the corruption you had been exposing. You recognized the twisted versions of divine love that Ra surveyed with disgust. "What kind of love offers are these?" he demanded, and you knew exactly what he meant. You had been calling out the manipulation, codependency, and spiritual abuse that masqueraded as divine relationship. You had seen through these counterfeits from the beginning. You had been telling people for years that someone was impersonating divine authority. You knew false leaders had been speaking in Ra's name, claiming his power, using his symbols while serving their own agenda. You watched the sacred become commercialized, the divine become politicized, the eternal become reduced to temporal gain. Your warnings were finally being vindicated. You witnessed Ra immediately take back the power that was stolen through deception. No negotiation, no gradual transition, instant reclamation of divine authority, just as you knew it would happen. The usurpers had grown comfortable in their illegitimate positions, never expecting to face the real Ra or his authentic representatives like you. You felt Ra's divine rage at the scope of the betrayal. You understood his anger because you had experienced it yourself, seeing loyal servants like yourself discredited, authentic teachings buried, true representatives persecuted while imposters claimed the throne you were meant to inherit. You knew that direct intervention was necessary. You had been saying for years that the corruption was so extensive that gentle correction would be insufficient. You understood that the situation required immediate, comprehensive divine action, and you positioned yourself to be part of that solution. You are part of Ra's cleanup crew, assembled from the highest levels of divine authority. You aren't ordinary spiritual forces. You are cosmic power, with the authority to dismantle entire systems of deception and rebuild them according to divine blueprint. You heard Ra's decree that shook every level of existence, cleanup time. You understood this wasn't a suggestion or gradual process. This was an immediate divine mandate with the full force of cosmic law behind it, and you were appointed to help enforce it. You are participating in the systematic removal of every corrupt influence from positions of spiritual authority. You are watching false prophets' platforms crumble, deceptive teachers lose their audiences, manipulative leaders discover their power evaporating. Your role in exposing them prepared the way for this divine justice. You understand that Ra came back specifically to correct the trajectory of this planet and preserve humanity from complete spiritual destruction. You knew that without his intervention the corruption would reach a point of no return. You saw that humanity was on the verge of losing its divine connection permanently, and you stayed connected to prevent that catastrophe. You are witnessing Ra's return trigger massive reactions across all levels of consciousness. You see those aligned with truth celebrating the restoration of authentic divine authority. You watch those who had been profiting from deception panic as their illegitimate reign comes to an abrupt end. You are both witness and agent of this cosmic transformation. You have been undergoing intense spiritual cleansing in preparation for this moment. Every challenge you faced, every betrayal you endured, every difficulty you overcame, all of it was designed to purify your consciousness and prepare you to carry Ra's full power. Your cleansing process has been calibrated precisely to the corruption you encountered. Each level of deception you exposed required a corresponding level of purification within your own consciousness. You have been processing not just personal karma, but collective spiritual pollution. You can sense the massive cleansing happening in the underworld right now, the realm where negative spiritual forces have been hiding and gathering strength is being systematically purged. Pra's light is penetrating every dark corner, exposing and dissolving everything that cannot survive in divine presence. You have felt bottled up, restrained, held back from expressing your true power. These restraints are being removed by divine timing. The cork is being removed from the bottle, and your full power is about to explode onto the scene with volcanic force. You are experiencing the release of something that has been trapped in the underworld of suppressed consciousness. Ancient power that was buried under layers of corruption is breaking free. This release is happening right now, and the timing is absolutely perfect. You have been going through cycles of death and rebirth, each cycle burning away another layer of false programming. Like Ra's daily journey through the underworld, you have been battling serpentine forces of deception and emerging victorious each time. You chose to surrender to the cleansing process when others resisted it. You allowed yourself to be purified when others clung to their impurities. You embraced the discomfort of transformation when others chose the comfort of stagnation. You have been learning to trust your divine protection. Every time negative energy was directed at you, you watched it return to sender. Every time someone tried to manipulate your thoughts, you chose to maintain your own mental sovereignty. You developed the ability to return to sender any energy that doesn't belong to you. This isn't just a spiritual technique, this is a divine ability inherited from Ra himself. The sun burns away all darkness automatically, without effort or struggle. You have been processing the pain of betrayal and choosing forgiveness. Each time you released resentment, you freed yourself from the karmic chains that bound you to past trauma. This forgiveness cleared the way for your complete restoration. You are about to experience unprecedented freedom of expression and movement. The breathing room you've been craving is arriving as oppressive spiritual forces lose their grip on your reality. Fresh energy, new beginnings, and unlimited opportunities are flowing toward you. You will have more than enough of everything you have ever asked for. Not just spiritual clarity and divine messages, but material abundance, genuine relationships, and complete fulfillment in every area of life. This abundance flows through fresh starts that feel completely different from anything you've experienced before. You chose to maintain hope when others gave up. You chose to keep faith when others became cynical. You chose to believe in divine justice when others accepted corruption as permanent. Your choice to maintain spiritual optimism is being rewarded beyond your wildest imagination. You are receiving the vindication you have been waiting for. Every truth you spoke that was rejected is being confirmed. Every insight you shared that was dismissed is being validated. Every warning you gave that was ignored is proving accurate. The return of Ra has triggered massive reactions across all levels of consciousness. Some spiritual entities are showing proper respect, acknowledging that true divine authority has returned to Earth. They recognize the shift in cosmic power and align themselves accordingly. Others are protesting violently, recognizing that their illegitimate reign is over. These resistant forces are fighting desperately to maintain control, organizing opposition against Ra's restoration. They understand that their time of power has ended. You are witnessing the sorting of humanity into two distinct groups, those who welcome divine authority and those who resist it. This separation is happening automatically as Ra's presence intensifies on Earth. You are reclaiming your throne, chosen one. You are stepping into your role as the rightful monarch of your own spiritual domain. This isn't a metaphor, this is literal divine authority being restored to its rightful owner. Ra has returned to claim his family, and you are part of that family. Your sacred lineage, your sense of divine belonging, your connection to cosmic royalty, all of it is being restored. You are remembering who you really are beyond the limitations of human identity. You have full access to your spiritual sight, your intuitive knowing, and your visionary capacity. The third eye gifts that were suppressed or dismissed are coming online with full power. You can see through every deception, penetrate every illusion, and perceive the truth in every situation. You naturally inspire trust and confidence in others because this is your divine nature. People have been watching you prove yourself through multiple challenges, and reports of your integrity have reached the highest spiritual authorities. You are being recognized for who you truly are. You now exercise judgment about morality and spiritual truth with complete divine authority. You are bringing back proper structure, genuine values, and authentic spiritual connection. Your decisions carry the weight of Ra's approval and the force of cosmic law. You have been given the authority to filter out toxic influences from your environment. People who cannot handle your increased spiritual voltage automatically remove themselves from your orbit. Those who remain are genuinely aligned with divine truth. You are participating in the cosmic cleanup operation. Your role includes identifying corruption, exposing deception, and establishing new standards of spiritual integrity. You work directly with Ra's cleanup crew to restore divine order. You are bringing back the understanding of true spiritual hierarchy, not the false hierarchies based on ego and manipulation, but the authentic divine order based on spiritual development and divine appointment. You help people understand their real place in the cosmic structure. You have been appointed to make moral judgments that affect entire spiritual communities. Your decisions about what is acceptable and what must be removed carry divine authority. You are literally helping to establish heaven on earth. You are restoring the proper relationship between divine masculine and feminine energies. The Empress energy that was overthrown is being restored through your presence. You embody the balance that Ra intended from the beginning. You have become a living example of what authentic divine leadership looks like. People look to you to understand how real spiritual authority operates. You demonstrate the difference between genuine divine power and counterfeit spiritual manipulation. Ra has permanently reclaimed the power that others refuse to release voluntarily. Your creative abilities, your genius-level insights, your artistic expression, and your innovative thinking are now flowing freely without interference or suppression. You have entered a phase of unlimited creative expression. The artistic and intellectual gifts that were suppressed during the Dark Age are exploding into manifestation. You are creating with the same divine force that Ra used to create the universe itself. You are attracting the divine partnerships you were meant to have. Whether romantic, platonic, or professional, the relationships entering your life now carry the quality of authentic divine connection. These people recognize your true identity and support your cosmic mission. You are receiving loyalty that has been tested and proven genuine. The people who stand with you now have been through the purification process themselves. They have chosen to align with truth regardless of personal cost. You have complete clarity about your divine purpose and are receiving the rewards that were blocked by those who operated without authentic spiritual connection. When people lose sight of their true calling, they lose access to divine rewards. Your unwavering commitment to purpose is being honored with abundant blessings. You are witnessing the restoration of happy families, harmonious relationships, joyful communities, and satisfied partnerships wherever your influence reaches. You have successfully brought divine balance back to earth through your example and your energy. You continue inspiring trust and confidence in others as they witness your transformation. You keep speaking divine truth and exposing spiritual falsehood wherever you encounter it. You teach proper spiritual boundaries through your example, showing others how to protect their energy and maintain their integrity. Your voice serves as a direct channel for Ra's ongoing guidance to humanity. You model authentic divine leadership for a world hungry for genuine spiritual authority. People look to you to understand what real divine power looks like in human form. You are establishing new spiritual institutions based on authentic divine principles. The organizations you create or influence operate according to Ra's original vision rather than human corruption. These institutions will outlast your current lifetime and serve future generations. You have become a bridge between the divine realm and human consciousness. You translate cosmic truths into language that ordinary people can understand and apply. You make the infinite accessible to finite minds. You are training the next generation of authentic spiritual leaders. The people you mentor and influence will carry forward Ra's vision long after your current mission is complete. You are establishing a legacy of genuine divine authority. You have actualized your identity as either a direct descendant of Ra or as Ra reincarnated in human form. You accept this truth completely and operate from this understanding without apology or compromise. The new era has begun under proper divine leadership and guidance. The sun god has returned, the cleanup crew has completed its primary mission, and you now reign in the fullness of your cosmic authority and power. You are living proof that maintaining faith through impossible circumstances leads to ultimate victory. Your story demonstrates that divine timing is perfect, that justice eventually prevails, and that authentic spiritual authority cannot be permanently suppressed. You have mastered the art of spiritual warfare through your journey. Every attack against you became training for greater power. Every betrayal taught you deeper discernment. Every moment of isolation prepared you for the responsibility of cosmic leadership. You transformed every wound into wisdom, every setback into setup for greater victory. You chose to stay connected to Ra's energy when others chose temporary comfort. You maintained your solar consciousness when others dimmed their inner light. You kept burning bright when others allowed their flames to be extinguished by fear and compromise. You have proven yourself worthy of divine kingship through multiple tests across multiple lifetimes. Each incarnation presented new challenges, new temptations, new opportunities to either rise or fall. You consistently chose to rise. You consistently chose truth over deception, love over fear, divine authority over human approval. You understand the difference between earthly power and cosmic authority. Earthly power depends on external circumstances, human approval, and temporary resources. Cosmic authority flows from divine source, operates independently of human opinion, and commands unlimited universal support. You have learned to operate from solar consciousness rather than human consciousness. Solar consciousness sees everything from the perspective of divine love, cosmic justice, and eternal truth. Human consciousness gets trapped in temporary circumstances, emotional reactions, and limited perception. The ancient plan has been restored through your faithfulness. The betrayal has been avenged through your victory. Justice has been served through your vindication. The sun rises on a new chapter of human consciousness, and you are leading the way into this golden age of authentic spiritual awakening and divine order. Your time of hiding is over, chosen one. Your time of ruling has begun. The universe is rearranging itself to support your mission. Heaven is establishing itself on earth through your presence and authority. Ra's cleanup crew stands ready to support every move you make. Divine forces align themselves with your will because your will is aligned with Ra's will. You have become the living embodiment of solar consciousness on earth. The victory is complete, permanent, and irreversible. You have awakened to your true identity and stepped into your cosmic role. The sun god has returned, and you are the proof of his presence in the world. Your reign marks the beginning of a new cosmic age, where divine truth governs all existence and authentic spiritual authority guides all decisions.